Chapter 3, Hyperbolic Consequences. 3 days later, Marcus was beginning to suspect he'd traded one form of debugging hell for another. But at least this hell had coffee. Or rather, something Polly called essence brew, a crystalline liquid that tasted like Ethiopian dark roast mixed with starlight, and somehow contained exactly the caffeine content his body needed at any given moment. It's CA computed, Polly had explained when she first offered it. The brew reads your biochemistry and adjusts. One of the few luxuries we give refugees, because withdrawal makes baseline stabilization way harder. Marcus had nearly cried the first time he tasted it. No, 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 Polly groaned, watching his latest attempt to speak KO fizzle into non-existence. Her tail drooped in what Marcus had learned to recognize as genuine disappointment, not in him, but for him. You're still thinking in imperative commands. Do this, then this, then this. KO doesn't work like that. Marcus wiped sweat from his forehead, frustrated. Back on Earth, he'd been good at his job, senior engineer. Go to Guy for authentication flows. Now he couldn't even make a light spell last 60 seconds. How many refugees wash out? He asked quietly, Polly's feathers ruffled. About 40%. Most in the first month. She softened. But you're not going to be one of them. You're learning, Marcus just. Slowly, they were in a training chamber deep in the archives, a spherical room where the walls displayed real-time protocol telemetry. Every spell, every failed attempt, rendered as cascading data. Marcus wiped sweat from his forehead. Then how does it work? Declaratively. You tell the protocol what should be true, and it figures out how to make it so. She demonstrated, speaking a phrase in KO that his universal translation didn't even try to parse, just gave him the meaning. Let there be light. A sphere of soft, white light materialized above her palm. See, I didn't say generate photons or activate light source. I declared a desired state. Light should exist here. The protocol handled implementation. Marcus frowned at the telemetry on the walls. The spell had triggered a cascade through all 6 tongues. Co. Intent declared light, AV, energy channel opened, where Ru. Permission verified, Polly is authorized, Ka. Photon generation computed how much, what frequency, privacy filter applied, who can see this, DR. Authentication signed, this is real, not illusion, all of it happening in microseconds. It's like SQL, Marcus said slowly, the pattern finally clicking. I'm declaring what I want the database to look like, not writing the step-by-step procedure. Or, no, better analogy, it's like Terraform. Infrastructure as code. I declare the desired state, and the system figures out how to achieve it. Polly's wings spread slightly, feathers gleaming. I still don't know what those words mean, but your face just did the aha thing, so yes. Whatever that is, it's right. Her wings gave an excited flutter. I don't know what sequel is, but sure. Polly's tail swished. Now you try, don't overthink it, just... Want light to exist. Marcus took a breath, centered himself, and spoke the KO phrase Polly had taught him, Corshale lumines. Let light be born. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Then the protocol answered. Light bloomed above his palm, but wrong, flickering between visible and ultraviolet, throwing off heat that made his skin prickle. The telemetry on the walls went red. Authorization drift detected dimensional mismatch. User baseline not native compensating. Error margin, 0. 847 harmonics spell unstable. Recommend termination. Polly moved, a blur of motion, speaking something sharp in that made the air snap. Marcus's light vanished. The telemetry stabilized. Silence. Well, Polly said carefully, that was. Educational. Marcus stared at his hand. What the hell was that? Decimal drift. She pulled up a telemetry log, gesturing at the numbers. See this. Your authorization baseline, your native frequency, we call it, is 0.847 harmonics off Aethermoor's standard. The protocol had to compensate to make your spell work, and the compensation introduced instability. Why? I passed the handshake. I'm authenticated. You're authenticated as Marcus Chen, Earth refugee, authorized guest, but you're not native. Your existence is continuously verified but never fully trusted. She met his eyes. In Aethermoor, trust isn't binary, it's geometric. Geometric? Polly waved her hand, and the walls shifted to display a diagram Marcus recognized, a Poincare disk, hyperbolic geometry. Circles within circles, with distance scaling exponentially as you moved from center to edge. This is the harmonic wall, Polly explained, the protocol's trust model. The closer you are to the center, full native authentication, clean baseline, zero drift, the easier magic is. But the farther out you drift, she pointed at a dot near the edge of the disk, Marcus Chen, and around him exponentially increasing cost functions. The harder reality fights you. Every spell you cast has to compensate for your dimensional offset. That compensation has a cost in energy, in stability, in risk. Marcus studied the diagram, so I'm basically running in a sandboxed environment, limited permissions, extra overhead. Exactly. And if you drift too far, if your error margin exceeds one full harmonic, I flicker. You flicker. Marcus sat down on the chamber floor, suddenly exhausted. So what do I do? How do I stabilize? Polly sat beside him, her wings tucked neatly against her sides. You learn the tongues, really learn them. The more fluent you become, the more the protocol trusts your intent. Trust reduces drift. Reduced drift reduces cost. She grinned. Think of it as optimizing your code. Right now, you're writing inefficient spells that barely compile. But with practice, I can write elegant solutions that the protocol executes cleanly. Now you're getting it. Marcus looked at his hand again, the hand that had conjured unstable, wrong light. Then at the 6 pedestals in the training chamber, each pulsing with its sacred tongue. 6 languages, 6 domains of intent. And him, an outsider trying to speak a protocol he barely understood. Fine, he thought, I've debugged worse. Teach me, he said. Polly's grin widened. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. SCBE mapping. The harmonic walls cost function HDR equals RD2 maps to layer 12 harmonic scaling in 14-layer pipeline, pi and harmonic scaling in drone core, TS. The Poincare disk visualization is the layer 5 invariant metric implementation where all agent state resides inside a bounded hyperbolic ball, curvature C equals 1. 0, dim equals 6-16. Marcus's dimensional drift